afternoon, folks, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome into Delta Force's PC Open Beta Reveal. This is going to be our Warfare Deep Dive. I'm going to be your host today. My name is Goj, and I am so excited to be back. I've had a chance to do all of these Delta Force broadcasts. Today, folks, we get to learn together. It's going to be amazing. We've got game designers, we've got content creators, we've got a lot to talk about with everything leading up to the Open Beta launch. You're going to love this one, so stay tuned. We got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, I want to make sure you follow Delta Force on all major socials. We've got every social media you can possibly think of. We got a new subreddit out there. We've got a ton going on. Fandom for you to even learn more about the game. So many social media platforms to go follow, so make sure you go do that. A lot of info out there on all the socials about things coming up down the line, and maybe even things to help you get better at the game. So make sure you go check that out. But the thing you're here for, you've already seen this. You already heard the release date of the Open Beta for PC is right around the corner, folks. PC Global Open Beta is on December 5th of this year. Unbelievable. So excited about it. And I get the chance to tell you as well, this is going to be at midnight GMT 0. Okay, so that's our London time, our British time over there at the Greenwich Mean Time. And that's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time on the 4th for those of you that are in the US. Okay, so December 5th at midnight. It is right around the corner. So excited about our open beta and get a chance to talk about all of the amazing features, new content, and things coming down the line. Game designers are going to give you a lot of insight on what we're going to be seeing. Now, before we get too far into this, I get to reward you all, okay? I do this every broadcast. I get a chance to hang out with you guys in chat and reward you just for being here. So let's take a look at all of our giveaways today just for being in the stream. Here are the giveaways that are going to be happening throughout this broadcast, all right? Do you like Amazon? You want some gift cards? You want to maybe buy some new peripherals leading up to the open beta launch? Guess what? You got a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. We also have got one of the Razer keyboards, really nice keyboard, the Razer Black Widow V4, up for grabs as well later in the broadcast. And then our amazing friends at Delta Force are giving away real life Mandel bricks that you could put in your house as well, I guess, if you get a chance to win one of those at the end of the broadcast. So make sure you stay tuned throughout the broadcast. It's really simple to enter. I will continue to tell you how to do that throughout the broadcast today. All you have to do is be an active chatter when I tell you to, okay? You can type in hearts, you can type in W's, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you when those are active, and you'll have about a 3-minute window just to type in chat. We are pulling winners from the Twitch chat. So we're live all over the place, live YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and our official Twitch channel. Make sure during the giveaway portion, at the very least, if you want to be entered, you want to be live in the Twitch channel, all right? Okay, that's all of my info for now. Let's bring in all of our good friends that are going to be joining us, and I want to introduce all of them. First and foremost, Kai and Percy, game designers here with Delta Force. Kai, Percy, how are you feeling today?
Pretty good. Great. Yeah.
Good. Well, we are really glad to have you, and really glad to have you with Westie and Stod. Let's start with you, Stod. It is great to have you back in the broadcast here with Delta Force, and I know you're excited about this one.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've already got 100 hours plus in the game, and I just can't wait for it to see the full release.
Yeah, Westie, I had a chance to meet both of you guys in person not too long ago, and we were talking about all things Delta Force, and specifically, we just played a full week at Steam Next Fest as well. How you feeling, and are you excited about Delta Force?
Super excited for Delta Force, but maybe Stod's just outdone me by like 30 minutes on playtime, so I'm going to say 99 hours, 30 minutes, but yeah, insanely looking forward to launch.
I love it. Well, let's jump straight into it, folks. This is the way this is going to work today. We're going to be talking with Kai and Percy, talk through new content, things happening down the line with the open beta. So Kai, Percy, let's jump straight into it, and let's really talk at first about this Warfare game mode. This is the Warfare deep dive. At the very beginning here, there might be some people in chat that maybe haven't even played the game. So talk to me a little bit about the storyline of Warfare and just Delta Force in general.
So the background is set in 2035. So player can play either as a GTI Global Peacekeeping Force or their opponent, like Harwick Corp. It's a tech giant trying to take all over the world. So basically, there's good guys, there's bad guys. They are taking conflicts with each other, and they fight all over the world. So that's it.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, our warfare gameplay consists of several game modes: attack and defend, king of the hill, bleed, and siege. So from above, attack and defend and the king of the hill are the two primary modes. So I think we have a video for this.
Cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our very first video talking about warfare.
Operators, get ready. This battle ain't gonna be easy. In warfare, you will enter a war-torn battlefield, playing as attackers or defenders. Cooperate with squad mates and utilize land, sea, and air vehicles as you fight for strategic objectives across the map. In a game of attack and defend, a total of 64 operators will enter the battlefield, divided into attacking and defending factions. As the attackers, you need to break through enemy defenses and capture all strategic objectives to successfully secure the sector. Capture all enemy sectors to secure victory. As the defenders, you need to repel enemy attacks, hold your sectors, and defend strategic objectives. If the enemy's attacking forces are exhausted and they haven't captured all sectors, you get the win.
Well, there you have it, a breakdown of how warfare works. I love it. Would love to hear Westie. Stott, I know you've played a lot of warfare as well. Talk to me a little bit about what you think about it.
I mean, I absolutely love the attack and defend modes, especially on like the bigger map, you know, where it's like you've got the different sectors and you're fighting your way through. Especially with like the sniper rifles overwatching the giant areas. It's mainly good for sniping, so I absolutely love that mode. But I've played like hundreds of hours of a similar game mode in other games, so I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. It's cool to get stuck into such like a large scale game mode like that and seeing everybody else around you all doing their thing, all pushing towards the same objective, but maybe just doing it in completely different ways. Like you're running along with an SMG and then there's just a tank barreling along next to you. It's a really, you feel like you're part of a much bigger battle, which is kind of why I love those game modes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
No. I love that you said that too, because I'm the exact same way. Like, I love these types of game modes. It's so much chaos. And kind of speaking of chaos, Kai, Percy, I want to throw to you guys and talk to me a little bit about the King of the Hill mode, because we had a chance to play that actually during the Steam Next Fest. I really enjoyed King of the Hill. A lot of chaos there as well. Talk to me about what that mode means for maybe people that didn't get a chance to play it.
Yeah, sure. So basically, King of the Hill, which I think better captures the idea of warfare. So in this mode, the entire map is playable. That's the big difference between attack and defend. So it's divided into multiple sectors for both sides. Kills and captures will both influence the points that you earn, and the victory goes to the side that first reaches the target score. Yeah. So there's a lot of more vehicles in this mode. We put it in, and it will feel like a huge playground. Yeah, that's what we call it. And the PC version supports up to 64 players, while the mobile supports 48. Yeah, that's basically the situation of King of the Hills. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
nice.
I played a lot of that mode as well. I find it much more chaotic, and as I said, a little bit less infantry focused, much more vehicle focused. For the vehicle players, that's definitely the mode that everyone's going to be jumping on.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that one completely. I mean, the attack and defend is like, that's my bread and butter. But if you're looking for something that's like almost a singular focus, you know, everyone is simply fighting for one key thing, you know, that's the mode you should play.
Yeah, beautiful. I had a chance to play it a couple times too. I love vehicle gameplay, so I love talking about it. I did have one quick question, Kai and Percy, on the vehicle gameplay in particular. I think we've talked a lot about vehicles. There's a lot of questions about vehicles out there. Is there any way that those vehicles like can be upgraded by paying for them, or like increasing probability of winning by paying anything, or is that something that you guys don't include?
Okay, well, that's a very interesting question. So, most importantly, we are a free-to-play game with absolutely no pay-to-win elements. So we promise not to sell any content that affects the game's fairness, and we will most focus primarily on the cosmetic items. That's basically everything that you're gonna pay for it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's like music to my ears, pretty much. So that's a great answer. Love to hear
And
it.
you've said it now, you know. There it is.
Yeah, my favorite part, I've had a chance to talk to Kai and Percy and the whole dev team. My favorite part about the dev team is they are so upfront about this topic. They want to make sure everybody knows there is going to be no pay to win that can affect the gameplay of the game, which is a super cool, value add to a game like this. So I appreciate you saying that. Want to keep moving here and talk about, we mentioned maps, and I'm seeing a lot of questions about maps in the chat as well. Let's go ahead and move into a maps conversation, because I've got a little bit of a sneak peek. There's a lot coming down the line with Warfare maps in particular. Talk to me about what we can expect.
The Warfare mode will have 5 maps at launch. Each of them is designed with their own distinct style. So let's check out the quick video introducing the maps. So the first map is Cracked. It's a remake map from the classic Delta Force.
Yeah, this has got to be one of my favorite maps. I had a chance to play that a lot, but this one is a lot of fun as well.
Oh, this one's my favorite for sure.
Just looking up at the mountain
big
again.
big open ground, sniping everyone from up on the mountain. Yeah, this was sick.
Yeah, I love the verticality as well. You go from like being on the beach and then suddenly you're up in the mountain. It's pretty cool.
It's like 3 maps in one, honestly. Ooh.
Oh, this is interesting.
This looks kind of like the extraction stuff as well.
Yeah, Kai, Percy, talk to me a little bit about Threshold and the other maps here.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so Threshold introduces modern urban warfare. This is our first test on like how to make a modern warfare battleground, and I think we will try that in the future maps. Yeah.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we've got several maps we can talk about. Let's start though. I think looking at Cracked in particular, this is a big one. I know we've all played a lot of Cracked gameplay. So talk to me about what we should expect with Cracked going forward.
Yeah, sure. So by the way, I'm the designer responsible for Crack, and Percy is responsible for Ascension. Yeah. That's the 2 initial maps
Great
for
job.
Warfare.
Great job.
Yeah,
So,
both maps are really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Cracked is our very first Warfare map. When we first looked into the old Delta Force player community, we discovered that Cracked was a hot topic among players. So we even organized eternal multiplayer matches of the old Delta Force Black Hawk Down game among the team, inside our team. And, setting up the multiplayer for a game that 20 years ago is not an easy thing. It's not easy. Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyway, we did it. And so after several rounds of play, I think we hold the play for nearly a week. Yeah. So after a week's play, we found that Cracked is the map that offers the most fun experience, and it's changing, it's dynamic, and it was also the most polished map from the original game. I mean, this is the comparison. Like other maps in 20 years ago, it's quite simple. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And the Cracked with this town inside is pretty polished compared with other maps. So that's how we decided to make Crack to our very first Warfare map.
That's...
Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I did. I mean, super cool, by the way. I think there's so much design and so much thought that goes into creating a new map. But I've got to think it's got to be even harder to retrofit an old map into a new game with new mechanics. Like, did you find that super difficult to kind of work through that process?
It is. It's super difficult. I mean, I think we have a video for this one, right?
Yeah, we do. Let's go ahead and roll that video and take a look at some of the things you worked on.
Yeah. I'll show you the video while I'm talking, and probably sometimes I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause here. So
Okay.
yeah, so after we decided to make Crack as our first map, then it comes to the process of remaking it, right? So as I said, it's a game from over 20 years ago, and the level design back then was limited by the hardware and the game development process, especially compared to the nowadays FPS games levels. So there are so many issues with it. So a one-to-one remake was not an option for us.
Okay.
So we sorry, I forgot to play. So after multiple discussions with our art team, we decide to keep the overall layout, as you can see here, the overall layout for the of the whole town of the five main areas in the town. So the building in the top left. Sorry, the camera is not there right now. Anyway, yeah, the building is the top left, and the warehouse and the bottom right corner will stay as they are. But we adjusted the other two areas based on the gameplay needs. Yeah, for now you are seeing this warehouse, and this is the main street. We didn't change it at all. It's all from the old Crack.
I love this kind of like urban warfare setting. It's really, really cool. Like the dense buildings in certain areas. Like you got different heights of buildings as well. So different areas for cover. Slightly more open areas here, like the football field and stuff like that. You've got like a really nice mix of different like play spaces. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So let me play. Okay. Yeah, so other than that, we expanded the map to include a desert environment around the town. So this gives us both Attack and Defend and King of the Hill the extra map space that they need while keeping the original style. Yeah, this is basically how we remaking this map.
So
it's
originally,
hard, but
originally was everything just cubes, basically? Like it was kind of the buildings were just like big cubes, and now you've had to like add the detail on top of that and the cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just cube. Basically, it's cube. Yeah.
It's all just cubes, and you've had to add all the detail. Yeah.
Yeah, I can certainly imagine there's a lot more detail than potentially 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. In level design, we call it. It's more like a gray box. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically gray box. Yeah.
Even just
the funny
watching you
thing
guys
is that
moving this stuff around is really, really cool. Like, and the fact that these changes, like just like little elements like this, like choosing a specific point to put that block can like change how like an area of the map is going to flow quite a lot, I would guess, because there might be a sight line there that you guys have worked on because you see like the flow of players moving through a certain area, and if you move that block, it might change that sight line just ever so slightly, and it would change completely how that area is going to play.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's how game design works. That's how level design works. Yeah.
I think a lot of people think it's like, oh, you just stick things in certain places. I could do that in a day, but I think it takes a lot more nuance to kind of be like, okay, this is how we're gonna.
Some of the best FPS maps in history, like they're not. I don't think they're designed by accident. There may be a couple that are designed by accident, but I think a lot of them have a lot more work put in than people realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be another interesting topic. Talk about game designs and the level designs. Yeah.
Like, how long do you think an area like this one block, would take to go from start to finish? Do you think, roughly?
Well, it's a very complicated process because it doesn't. It's not only our level designers do the layout, the level design. It's also the artists, the level artists. They polish the environment. So
and they have to get the assets.
Normally,
right?
Yeah, exactly. So normally for this area, I mean this whole block, it will take probably half month or 1 month.
Half to one, and this is what I try to explain to people about level design. People go, "Oh, you could make a map in a week," but it takes so long to get all the teams aligned, right? To get the assets and the flow and the original design and the concept and then putting it all together is just masses of work.
And then, of course, like on top of that, I'm guessing you guys, you're going to go through iterations of maps like this, right? You're going to make changes. You're going to be like, right, let's play test it. Let's see if it works.
Oh,
And you're probably going to get positive and negative feedback on those play tests and be like, okay, this change didn't work. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, this was really unintended and we didn't realize this was going to happen.
I got stuck on this small rock and now we have to do this whole area again.
Yeah, we must redo the entire area. Like all those little nuances, right? It's got to be crazy, all that work that goes into it.
Exactly. So true, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for Cracked.
Yeah.
And,
that's a cool looking map.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
this is.
I think
I really appreciate y'all walking through that. I love the conversation back and forth, looking at Cracked. It's so cool to kind of retrofit an old map into new and make it playable. So a great breakdown there. I think next I want to talk about Ascension, but before we get to Ascension, can we talk about the brand new map, which I think our new name is Trench Lines? I would love to talk about Trench Lines' new map. I know people are excited about this one. Let's take a look at the video, and then you guys can kind of talk to me about this map and the story of it.
Oh,
Okay.
sick.
This looks so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I've seen this. I didn't think I saw this before.
I saw one picture on social media when you guys like revealed the name of the map, and like, but it obviously doesn't give you the sense of scale. And wow, this looks really cool.
Destruction?
Yeah.
Oh no, you just taking out the people on top.
I saw some.
Don't worry, we'll get there in a little bit. Very cool map preview. Kai, Percy, talk to me about our new map, Trench Lines, and what we can expect behind it. Maybe like the story or idea behind this map.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of story behind it. So we started by thinking what the war might look like in 2035. I mean, our storyline is based on 2035, right? So we're gonna do that. So previously, we probably imagined that future conflicts will be dominated by, precision guided missiles and satellite weapon. I mean, like capable for wiping out most forces before ground combat even begin, right?
Yeah.
But however, from observing all the conflicts these years, it's possible that our technology might not actually reach that level anytime soon. In fact, warfare seems to be reverting back to the old times. People are digging trenches and build permanent fortifications again, right? So that's very interesting. And with this in mind, our team focused on another classic Delta Force map called Trench Lines. Yes, so the name Trench Lines is directly from the old games. So we played it and found that the trench concept offers fantastic gameplay, and this inspired us to recreate Trench Lines for our new Delta Force. Awesome. Just like what we did with Cracked. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically how Trench Lines comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it looks like I've just brought up on social media because you guys tweeted some pictures of it, so I'm just having another look again. It looks like two worlds clashing together. You got old and new, like with the wind farm, and then suddenly what just looked like World War I trenches like crushed through the middle of it, and then like burning tanks, like shells of tanks and artillery. Like it's honestly just a clash of like two completely different settings for war coming together. It looks really interesting.
I think it's really cool that you basically played the old maps and found which ones worked, and then basically remastered them essentially for the new game as well. Because then you've already got something to go off, but you just basically improved it for a modern game.
Yeah, like cool. Like Ghost was saying earlier, you've got all those different mechanics that are coming in with a new game, but you want to incorporate the old map as well. I think that's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, after all, you're Delta Force, and you wanted to bring the IP back, right? So yeah,
absolutely.
I love it. Well, we've got another map to talk about. This is another fan favorite, and it's time for Percy to break down Ascension. This is your map, Percy. Yes, talk to me a little bit about Ascension and what we can expect from it. I know we've got another video here, so talk to me about your baby.
So, for some of you may have already played this map. It's a larger map, So the map represents our early efforts to put ambitious gameplay design and technical boundaries. So this is our first attempt at combining air, land, and sea vehicles on one map. That's
Awesome.
to say, it needs a wide range of buildings and landscape design to provide a variety of gameplay. So you may notice a big change in elevation from the previous video. So from the beach to the tower, we have a very big elevation. We got the idea from the Iceland's landscape, actually. So that's why I named the map Ascension. So after attackers push sector B, they will go all the way up to the mountain through some zip lines. So I have to say, the view is stunning.
Yep.
It's a real challenge to design and produce this.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I've played this. I played this map the most, I think. And as I said, it's like 3 maps in one, because you've got this. You could basically split this up into 3 smaller maps, and the fact that it still like runs quite well performance wise is pretty incredible. Like it's strange how like crazy it goes, but yeah, I just thought it was really interesting to have these like 3 really different elements of the cave and the hill and then the beach as well.
Yeah, that's the idea. I think the essence of the attack and defend mode is to changing players' experience through sector to sector.
Yeah.
Right. So the map is so quite open. That's the way why we think about it, and we have to figure out how to handle this long sidelines and without overloading the system, the performance, like maintaining the art quality to those large structures, and fine tune the lighting and rendering for the underground and the interior areas and the cave areas. So that's where we're here. And we work extremely hard to overcome these challenges. And in my opinion, I think it pays off.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, like Stod was saying, like it's 3 maps in one, but like even just the elevation here, like we're looking at this bit of footage as we come through in the caves and stuff like that. Like it's kind of a bit strange to see, like you've got all this cave setting and actually it's so far away from like the beach area that you guys created and like the staging area with the warehouses at the beginning of the map. And then the fact that you've got all of this going on that on the same map, but at a completely different like ground level is really, really cool. I think this is like, honestly, and I can see why Stod likes this one because of the sight lines and the sniping. So.
Oh, yeah, well, it's 900 meters, I think, between
900
the beach
meters
and the hill or something. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can set some records on this map with some of the sniping distances.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful map. I gotta say, Percy, I think the art department crushed that map. I mean, beautiful map with the crazy views. So very well done with that one. Well, let's keep rolling through. We've got a lot to talk about still, and I don't want to run out of time here. We got to go to vehicles, folks. Okay, we have talked a lot about warfare, and there's a lot that goes into warfare. The maps are a huge part of that, but also, like you mentioned, vehicles have to fit inside the maps and feel seamless. So, Kai, Percy, talk to me a little bit about vehicle gameplay and some of the things that we can look forward to, and what to expect just from vehicles in general.
Yeah, sure. So in warfare, vehicles provides powerful firepower, protection, and mobility compared to infantry, right? So making them crucial for pushing the front line and providing fire support is our goal. And currently we got, there's a lot of names for those vehicles. It's hard to pronounce. So we got M1A4 battle tanks, LAV IFV, LAV anti-aircraft, wheel tank destroyer, assault vehicles, all-terrain vehicles, LSOV, assault helicopters. That's a lot of names. And recon helicopters and assault boat. Yeah, that's it for now. And so
Yeah.
for sure, we will add more vehicles and gameplay options in the future. Yeah, I think we have a video for this one.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the vehicles that you named and that the game has to offer. Yeah, let's take a look at it. I mean, Westie Stan, obviously, I know a lot of people think about the assault helicopter and what it can do on the map as well.
I mean, yeah, go on, Westie.
I was just gonna say, like this kind of viewpoint here, like with the large map and the chopper. This is where some skill pilots are gonna absolutely dominate with that chopper.
I've certainly been dominated by that chopper.
Yeah, I was about to say it won't be me dominating, but you know somebody will.
I just saw another part of that new map as well with the tank there.
Yep, we're getting some good looks here.
I mean,
this will be a vehicle for me, the ATV.
Yeah,
this will be my vehicle. You know,
well, this is what I was saying. I'm not usually a vehicle player, but one thing I will say is it doesn't feel like the vehicles are massively overpowered, and that's very important as well. So I don't feel like I'm getting completely wiped out by vehicles, and they seem to be in check, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you have talked about the most important part, how we designing the vehicles. So we hope that players can play the vehicles more and more, but each vehicles cannot be that strong that, as you can see, can wipe out all the infantries. They cannot do that. Yeah, that's the essential design theory.
So easy to play, hard to master, but also limited because they need to be supported by other things.
I guess
Exactly.
there's got to be some player agency there to combat the vehicles as well. Like I know you guys have got weaponry in the game for like infantry players to be able to interplay with the vehicles and keep them in check, and so they're not, like you say, you can't have them being too powerful, but they got to be powerful enough to be enjoyable for the people that want to get in those vehicles,
and make a difference. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's right. And also, it's always a hard thing to balance the infantry and the vehicles. It's always a hard thing, but we are trying on that.
Yeah.
Well, and I gotta add too, I mean, crazy part about balance, you also have vehicle customization options. I'm not talking just skins. I'm talking you can quite literally pick what weapons are on your vehicle. So, quickly talk to me a little bit about the options you have with some of these vehicles if people haven't experienced that.
Yeah, sure. So our vehicles comes equipped with nearly 40 weapons. I think we call it weapon station, right?
Right.
Weapon station. Yeah, so including cannons, machine guns, missiles, and grenades, so on and so on. So you can also customize your vehicle's loadout to suit your combat style. So whether you are looking for anti-vehicle specialization or devastating anti-infantry firepower, so it's all your choice. You can make your own vehicle. Yeah, you can customize it. Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's wild. Like that's the one thing that I love is that you can, even if you have a party of people that they can all build their vehicles differently, you can kind of build vehicle compositions where one vehicle, like one player on your team's using their vehicles for anti-infantry, one player on your team's using their vehicle for anti-other vehicles. I mean, just a beautiful composition, and the fact that you all have to balance all of that nonstop is impressive to say the least. So I tip my hat to you for sure on that one.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and speaking of balancing, we've got a lot more to talk about. In particular, let's talk about the field support options here, because there's a lot of these as well, and these can totally change the game. These are some of those field supports you get rewarded by doing well in the game. So talk to me a little bit about field supports and what we can expect from those.
Yeah, it's my favorite system, field support. So it's the game changer, right?
Yeah.
It allows individual players to change the course of battle. So rewarding those who perform well and contribute to the team during a match is really a big reward for those who the skilled players.
Yeah.
So it's also an opportunity and a means to make a true difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we have 5 kind of field support. Do we have a video here?
Yeah, I think we do. Let's roll the video on the field support, because there's a lot to talk through, and you can kind of break it down for us.
True.
Oh, okay. Now I know what we're talking about. Yeah, the missile. Yeah. This is where all the epic clips are on social media.
You've either fired one of these off, or you've been destroyed by one.
Yeah. I think I got 15 once, but I saw someone get like 25, and so I felt bad. I think
I mean,
someone
that-
got 25.
One of my favorites, actually. I think you guys have a smoke barrage. That's one of my favorites. And I was playing on the Cracked map during the Steam Next Fest, and we were stuck for a little while, like at this first like forward operating base, trying to get out of that first area and attack and defend. And we were just like, right, okay, someone's built up enough points, and somebody called in the smoke barrage, and it was just a game changer because it was like, okay, finally the attacking team can't see us for 30 seconds. We're going to have to try and flank. And one squad makes it round, and you push the front line forward a little bit more. And like it was properly game changing because without that smoke barrage, we wouldn't have been able to make a push.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that breakdown. I mean, Percy, yeah, talk to me about a couple of these. Obviously, I think the guided missile is the one that everybody remembers and will remember for everywhere, every time it comes in because it's so destructive. But even the vehicle airdrop is one that can totally change the game, where you don't have to wait on the vehicle respawn points, right? So very cool stuff that totally changed the game if you're able to get them, Percy.
Yeah, so for the vehicle drop, so you can consume some points to call in additional vehicle to join your force. Other than calling them through the deployed stage, so you can call powerful tank or anti-aircraft vehicle. Maybe we'll add more area vehicle on it, right?
Totally.
Yeah. So it provides players who are skilled in vehicle with a way that influencing the course of battle.
Yeah.
And for the sorry to interrupt.
No, go.
So the idea is this whole fuel support system is kind of like economic, like earning points, like earning money, and then spend them in all kinds of ways.
It's a game loop.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
game loop. It connect all the players, especially those skilled players. They can call guided missile, and then you can call one.
Yeah.
And we have this kind of
Cooperation.
Yeah, that's right. That's the idea.
Yeah,
Are the points-
you've got a good team play system there.
So are the points per player or are they per squad? I couldn't work that out. Does the squad get per player? Okay, yeah. So what I was doing is I was seeing how long I have left in the round and then deciding, well, I'm not going to be able to afford a cruise missile, so I guess I'll just settle for the artillery instead. Because it's a bit cheaper. Or maybe I can get 2 artilleries off in the same time if I don't think I'm maybe going to get enough for that cruise missile. But I've never used the respawn device. What was it called? It was called the strategic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't used that yet, but I can see that. I didn't realize how strong that could be.
If you combined that with like a
super useful.
I was going to say, if you combined it with like a smoke barrage, somebody calls in a smoke barrage and you manage to make a flank and a push further up, and you drop one of those devices down and it turns into a spawn for your team to keep flooding out, you could get yourself into a completely different position.
Yeah, Percy, what's the difference between the strategic beacon and the regular beacons?
So unlike the regular beacons, the strategic beacons, it allows all the aligned force to deploy at the target location.
Oh, the
so
whole
this
team.
helps to,
Right. Got you. So it's not just... Got it. Okay, that makes it much more powerful.
Yeah, that makes it even more.
Yeah, if you do get it in the right spot, you could just literally be like, right, everyone spawn on this now. Go.
Flood the
Go,
back,
yeah, go.
base.
Yeah, I got a very interesting story for this. So at the very beginning, for one of our playtests, I think it's 3 months ago.
Yeah,
I forgot. Anyway, so the person who responds for this whole field support system, he made a mistake. So he put the time for this strategic beacon to 2 minutes. So originally the design is 1 minute. You can use it for 1 minute, but by mistake it puts into 2 minutes, and at the beginning it totally destroys our balance of our map. So basically, if someone just attacks the objective by flanking, and he just get in there and just put this beacon down there, and just the whole army just come into this objective, and it lasts for 2 minutes.
Changes the entire spawn system.
Yeah, the whole thing of our balance is totally broken.
Collapse.
Yeah, for nearly 1 month. Yeah.
I have to add on that. So the another fault is that the beacon, the player will spawn on the beacon, then you will earn some points, right?
Yeah, right.
We increase that point to like a higher level,
Yeah.
and then ends up one strategic beacon you can earn back all the points you spend.
Yeah.
It's like doing the math.
Yeah, exactly. Like one beacon
investment.
costs you like 5,000, and then you can use the beacon and people spawn on it, right? And you earn a score, and it's way more than 5,000.
Yeah.
So it's broken.
That's
At the
so
beginning.
funny.
Oh, we fixed the problems right now, so it's good. It's
No,
it's
don't
alright
fix
right
it.
now.
Don't fix it.
It's already passed.
But before we move on from this, I think we have one more clip. This is my clip, okay? This is me in game, I think, dropping a guided missile. All right, this is what it looks like when you get a guided missile. I may or may not be lying that the fact that this is me, but yeah, this will do.
Hey, look, if you can claim it.
Oh,
you
there it is.
definitely- Oh my god!
Was that
look
not?
at
How
those.
many was that?
The whole team, I don't know. I think it's
That was like 20.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh
flying
my
something.
gosh.
talk about
It's
some
crazy. Yeah,
value.
yeah, it's
The amount of times that that's happened to, like at the end of that Ascension map when everybody's in the same area. Whew, yeah, save your guided missiles. It's a pro tip from Goj. But let's keep moving. Now we've got a lot to talk about. I love the field support system. We're gonna be moving on to another topic. Before we do, folks, I know you've been waiting. It's time for our very first giveaway. We appreciate you being here, and I'm excited about this one because our first giveaway, we're giving away 3 $100 Amazon gift cards just for hanging out in the giveaway. Now, all you have to do to enter is literally type anything in chat. Some W's, maybe some hearts for our dev team, our game designers for showing up and talking us through Warfare and the open beta. Some W's in the chat, and you're going to be entered into our giveaway here. Those winners, by the way, they're going to be chosen. They're going to be added in chat by the official account. You'll see those pop up. When you see your name pop up, if you win, all you have to do is whisper the official Delta Force account that'll be in the channel in Twitch, okay? Now, it'll end in about 3 minutes. I'll tell you when it's over, and you'll see all of those winners, and you'll get, talked to by our official account and whispers here on Twitch. If you want to enter the giveaway again, you do need to be on our Twitch account, so pop over here, type in the chat, and then we'll be done. Whenever I tell you we're done, though, I need you to stop spamming W's, okay? We'll come back to you guys in a little bit and see who ends up winning that, all right? Let's keep moving. Let's keep talking about the open beta because I'm having so much fun. Kai, Percy, I want to come back to you all. Let's talk about the update cycle for this game. How fast will updates come out? This is a big one from the community. They
Very
want to
interesting.
hear about kind of roadmap and what we can expect going forward with Delta Force.
So after launch, we plan to roll out a major update every 3 months. Here's our update roadmap.
Yeah, we got a graphic here.
Yeah, let's pull the graphic up because
Oh,
this is
right,
This
okay.
is
Very good.
wild. Yeah, talk me through this graphic. Talk to me about what we can expect with this roadmap.
So each major update will include at least one new operator, a new warfare map, and additional vehicles or weapon stations. So in addition to rolling out all new content, we also focus on improving the game overall level of quality. So this includes enhance of destruction effects, the number of destructible items, and better vehicle handling, balance adjustments, and so on. So on top of all this, we will introduce milestone gameplay updates on an annual basis. So we will work on this content throughout the year to bring you a major new gameplay features and exciting surprise.
This
Interesting.
Is,
Okay.
Yeah, this is super cool. So essentially, we're gonna have a big patch every 3 months or so once the game launches with an open beta. And in every single one of those, we're going to see a new operator, new warfare map, and then obviously the normal adjustments from patch notes of making sure everything's balanced, plus some new stuff. I mean, this is a ton. Stod, Westie, talk to me about what you're thinking here.
Well, I'm saying it's fascinating that you're announcing this now because in a lot of other games we've had in the past, we have no idea what the launch content is. They may give us a rough outline, but the fact that you're saying every 3 months, this is when the content's coming, and this is exact. You've already kind of like set everyone's expectations, and so that's very important, I think.
Yeah, extremely important, especially these days. There's so many games out there that, obviously people want to play and get excited for. But I feel like a lot of times when it comes to launch, people want to know what's coming next, right? It's the world we live in. People want to know, am I going to get something new all the time, or am I going to have to wait longer? So if you guys are setting the expectation now, you're going to do a big update every 3 months. That's great for players even coming into launch. So, that's really, really important. It's great to see you guys set that expectation nice and early.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
work hard, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of work. I think the other thing that was on that graphic too, talk to me a little bit about the annual kind of milestone gameplay update that's a kind of once per year thing. What does that look like?
Yeah, so basically, at the beginning, we were discussing this idea of how we do the update in future. And initially, we were thinking about doing those normal activities,
Events,
those little gameplay updates and little game modes, so on and so on. And then the producer, or how we call him, the main designer, or the lead designer of our team. So his idea is that those tiny little things are not very interesting. So people are not really interested in those tiny little things. And what we need to do is we need to spend like at least 1 year to create and polish a very huge system. That's what we call it, a milestone update.
a new pillar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's nearly
okay.
like a new pillar for our game. So it's no longer like a tiny little thing anymore, and it's a very important and with huge fun and a lot of design work inside of it. Yeah, that's what we define this annually update. Yeah, milestone.
See that to me is almost as interesting as you guys dropping updates every 3 months, because a lot of games these days they run along for a certain period of time, but there are games that sort of you go through and you don't know what you might experience in a year's time. So you guys again coming out saying, right, we're working on something much larger, something that's going to take longer. You're going to have to wait for it, but we think when you get it, it will be worth that wait. That's a really exciting thing to hear. That's really cool to hear. And again, that's great for players who are playing right now, because they can be like, oh, I'm confident something else is going to be there. Maybe you're 6 months post-launch. Like, okay, I wait another 6 months. They've got this big, like, huge pillar update that's going to come out. That's something for them to look forward to as well.
Well, it's also a thing of if people, like, in the mindset of the players, right? If I'm going to invest time in a game, if I don't know this content coming, I'm like, well, another new game might come along and I know that's going to have content. The fact that you're saying that there's going to be guaranteed content for 3 or 4 times a year, and then a new bigger experience as well, I mean, it means that you're more likely to invest time in it because you know that those skills are going to transfer over.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So cool. Well, before we move on to the next topic, chat, I see all your W's. We have officially found our first 3 winners of the giveaway. So I want to announce these, and then you'll also get added. I think some of you already have, but you'll get added in the chat by our official account. This is my official announcement. You can stop spamming W's. You'll have another chance to do that. Okay, I see you all. I hear you. You're done. All right. Here are our 3 winners. We got Wiley1, Cool JG 23, and Star Killer 1987. Congratulations. You're our first 3 winners. Don't worry. We've got 6 more winners down the line. We will do those giveaways later, and I'll tell you when you can start spamming hearts and W's in the chat, okay? So thanks for joining us. We'll at you in the chat from the official account, and all you have to do is just whisper our official account, and we'll get you your giveaway winnings. Very well done, folks in the chat. It's pretty easy, right? You just got to say hey. But okay, let's move back into our topics as chat begins to calm down, because we talked about our update cycle, but let's talk about our very first big update here, Kai and Percy. What does the first big update of Delta Force look like?
Yeah, so about 2 months after launch, we will deliver a big content update that includes a new operator, as what we said, 2 new maps, as what we said, and also the also the fortification system, and a return of a classic Delta Force mode, capture the flag. I think we have a picture here, but it's
Yeah.
a very simple picture. Yeah, it's just
It's like a golf
yeah,
course.
it's the old Delta Force.
This is
it's a flag. So
This is the
Yeah.
throwback, right? This is the OG Delta Force game mode. Capture the flag, an
I think I can-
original screenshot. So cool.
I can count the pixels. I can see each individual pixel there. That's incredible.
Thank God there's so much cover, dude.
That's awesome. Yeah, talk to me a little bit about that capture the flag, Kai and Percy.
Yeah, so I mean, people here, you guys already know this game mode long time ago. It's a very OG game mode. So in this mode, you need to capture the enemy's flag within a set time limit, and both sides of flag spawns in their respective controlled areas, and the side that sees the required number of enemy flags wins. Yeah, the rules are very simple. I think the fun part is how this game mode mixed with the levels, the maps that we designed so far. So that's the interesting part. I think,
And
yeah.
the field support.
And the field support, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to see all these mechanics they mix together and comes out some emergency gameplays. That's the interesting part, yeah.
That's really interesting because capture the flag is not really like other game modes. It's very, very different. Like there's a whole lot more movement than there otherwise would be. It's unlike your attack defend, which is almost like two front lines of armies like pushing against each other. Capture the flag is all about how can we miss that front line as much as possible to keep moving all the time. Because if you slow down, you're always at risk of being caught out. So that's yeah, like you say, it's gonna be very interesting to see how all your mechanics fit into that completely different game mode.
And are these two maps as well? Sorry, the two maps we haven't discussed yet. Is that right? Or
For the update, yeah. Is it two maps that we've already revealed? Is it the trenches map or is it something different? Can you say?
Oh, there are two brand new maps. We haven't
Right,
say
yeah.
any
Right,
names or
cool.
pictures or yeah.
Interesting.
I was just making
Can we
sure. So,
see
yeah, two new maps.
Two new maps after launch in your first big update, which is that's really
Wow.
cool. That's really cool.
So we'll have on launch, we'll have Cracked, Ascension, and Trenches, and then there'll be two more after launch in the first update.
Yeah, 2 months after the launch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two
Wow,
more
love
new
it.
maps.
That's cool.
I love that. Quick question for me too. You mentioned fortification system. Do you have any intel? Can you tell us anything about that, or is that still secret?
No, it's not a secret. I mean, you can tell from the name, right? It's fortification. So basically, you can, well, put it simple, you can build things inside the game, inside the map. But for now, most of the fortifications we will, as level designers, we will put the fortifications initially inside the map. So they are located. They are preset. Yeah, and
Okay.
if you use the hammer, if you click the button, you use the hammer, it will show up, and you can build those things, and it will provide defensive lines for the defenders and so on and so on. Yeah, that's basically how fortification works. Yeah.
Can I ask one question on that? You mentioned like having a tool to build something. Does the player need a specific like item, or does it a bit like your reinforcement system? Do you need like a point system to build something, or is it just, hey, I have the hammer, I can build something?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So basically, in the simple way, so everybody can build those basic stuff. For
Okay.
example, those sandbag. Yeah, we have like I think it's 5 types of sandbags, and they're like or normal size cover, and everybody can make those things. But we are discussing the design for future fortification system. That we are discussing that if you can pay something, for example, the scores which you use for the field supports, right?
Yeah, the field
To
supports,
build
yeah.
more powerful fortification things.
Yeah.
That will be probably interesting. Yeah.
Like a sandbox experience, right?
Yeah, right.
That would be
Right.
really cool. I feel like again that's going to play into different people in the game. Like you might have some really highly skilled players who might be able to take advantage of that. But having the, like the feature where anybody can build those, basic fortifications is obviously going to give them the feeling that they've had an impact on the match and the impact on gameplay, which is great.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the idea in my mind. Like, say you build a fixed machine gun, right?
Yeah.
And then I use it. I killing people, and then you earn the points with me together, right?
Oh,
That's really cool.
It's like an investment.
Yeah, it's like investment for your teammates.
Very
right?
cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Not in the 2 months update later. It will be the later versions, like maybe 4 months or 5 months later.
Yeah, we're talking the future design, not the
Just
face. Yeah.
discussing.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sure. For sure.
Got it. So we'll have some fortification to start, and then you'll expand on it later. Great. Very, very cool. Well, to keep moving here, I see a lot of people in chat talking about destructible environment. Don't worry, we're about to get there. But first, let's tap into more about vehicle optimization. We talked a little bit about vehicles before, but I know there's a lot of questions out there about balancing vehicles and what you expect to see from vehicles going into the open beta. What have you changed about vehicles, or what can we expect?
So vehicle, they are important. We understand that the evolving combat scenarios call for specific vehicle support, and players often need to swap out their vehicle firepower. So in real time during the match. So in our next update, we will be introducing an in-match vehicle modification feature. This allows you to adjust your firepower during the deploy stage, other than outside the game. So you can like tuning your vehicle station to fit in more combat situation. Yeah, that's the new feature.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool. So you can actually change your vehicle in the game. Like you don't need to do it between games. You can do it while you're in the lobby, or like in the actual game, not in the lobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially for those maps that with like a lot of sectors, like Ascension,
Yeah.
and also for trench lines, we got 5 sectors. So basically, each sectors represents a totally different types of gameplays. So if you can modify your vehicle inside the game, it will helps a lot. Yeah.
That again, I feel like that's a really cool feature, because it could also be that not even you could just be stuck in one area and you're like, okay, we have a vehicle, but it's not equipped properly. Now you can make that change during the match, as opposed to being like, oh no, I didn't make the right choice before I started playing. We're not going to be able to use that vehicle. Like you say, you can make a change on the fly, and you might be able to change the outcome of the match. That's quite cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also we will continue to adjust the vehicle handling. So you will notice the improvements in acceleration, braking, steering, climbing, and traversing complex terrain. So our main is to create a more realistic and enjoyable driving experience. And we also updating the vehicle audio and effects. You can expect more immersive sounds and visual effects, like the engine noises from different perspectives, like track sounds, cannon fire, and explosive artillery effects. So this will make the driving experience even more better and immersive in the future gaming version.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very
Awesome.
cool. Yeah. I love it. I'm glad we get to see more vehicles in the future. Big vehicle guy myself, so I'm loving getting more immersed, and also getting better. I sometimes wish I was just straight up autopilot, because I'm really bad at controlling the vehicles. But sounds like maybe the update will help me out a little bit with some of the changes. So
That
I
sounds
love
exactly like me.
yeah, that's right. I think we're one and the same, my friend. Well, let's jump into one of the most asked for topics, frankly, in chat. I know our two content creators here also want to hear about this one. We've got to move to destructible environment. This is a big one, I think, for a lot of people at home. So Kai, Percy, talk to me about what we can expect with map destruction in the open beta and what it'll look like if it's different.
Yeah, sure. So, like we love how this map destructions juice up the gameplay and adds more fun. So we will be introducing more destructible objects into both existing and new maps. Yeah.
Great.
So in addition, our next update will feature this fortification system, right? That's what we talked before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this will make destruction a two-way street. So you can repair damaged fortifications and reinforce strongholds to gain defensive advantages. And on the flip side, attackers can use heavy firepower to clear out these fortifications. And of course, you will earn credits for that. Yeah.
Right.
There's a case in Crack, those like long destructible walls. So if I were the defender, I will destruct them all to make the attacker harder, even harder to attack, right? There's more that zone.
That happens a lot, yeah.
After the fortification, you can build them again.
It will help a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
It will re-block the view of the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will help a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so my bit. Sorry, go ahead. You guys finish before I ask a question.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Yeah. So, and other than those tiny little destruction objects, the large-scale map destructions events are always exciting, right? So we all love it. And we've experimented with the dramatic warehouse collapse in Cracked, and we plan to add more of these large-scale destruction elements to future maps. And guess what might be the most fitting thing to get destroyed in the map Ascension?
I could never guess.
Maybe the giant tower, or maybe the caves.
Can we say that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Could be either of them.
It's a question without answer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha,
right.
gotcha.
That's for everybody at home to think about and get excited for potentially. I love it. Yeah, gentlemen, what do we think about map destruction here? I know you guys were a fan of it, so exciting to hear those updates.
I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. Go on,
you
Slug,
go
for it.
You want to?
Okay.
Okay, well.
I love it.
Okay, I'll go. I don't want to be that person that's already pouring water on the fire. I don't want to be that guy. But I wanted to ask a little bit about, like, with you adding destruction, that's got to be quite a serious consideration, right? Because we spoke earlier, even in the live stream, about how you guys have poured so much time into, like, creating these different areas of these maps. Like on Cracked, for example, you have to pay homage to the original map, and then you have to build it so that it works with your new features. And now you're saying, right, okay, now we're going to destroy it. So you guys have got to be really careful, I guess, to be like, which bits do we let people destroy without it actually destroying the gameplay, right? Because if it goes too far, you might end up hurting gameplay as opposed to giving people like a fun aspect. Like, you know, everyone wants to blow open a wall with an RPG. That's great. But like, if it causes gameplay to sort of falter and break down, that must be a big consideration for you guys, right?
Yes. Well, that's a very good question. We got a lot of good questions today. Yeah. So, yeah, you are talking about if we do destructions, it will affect the gameplays, right? So at the first map scale destructions with this warehouse in Cracked, so we involved the gameplay, a dynamic gameplay changing with this destruction. So wait, have they played this version?
No, not yet.
Oh, can we say those things?
Yes, it's your job.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. So basically, the gameplay here is if you launch the guided missile inside this field support system, I think it's two.
Yeah.
Two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, two. If it doesn't matter which side. So two guided missile fire to this warehouse
Warehouse.
in Cracked.
Yeah.
And it's well, it has to be the stage 3 of the attack and defend. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this warehouse will start to collapse, and
Right.
during the collapse, this original objective C3. Yeah.
C1.
C1. Right.
Yeah.
The original objective C1 will start to go too close. Yeah, it will just shut down.
I see.
The objective will be deactivated. Yeah.
Right.
Gone
Okay.
forever.
Yeah, gone forever. Yeah, this whole C1 is just wiped out. Yeah.
So it's
People cannot attack or defend the object anymore. Yeah. And
Right.
also it will become a new base for the attackers. And after all, this whole third stage will only left this C2 objective. So this is how we balance the gameplay and the destructions. And in future map scale destructions, we still want to combine those things together. We want to combine the gameplays and the destructions, the beautiful things, claps or whatever. We want to combine them together. We are not gonna just do a beautiful show. Yeah, that's not how we do it. Yeah.
Awesome. So it will affect.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a gameplay thing and a visual thing, not just, yeah.
Exactly.
That's really awesome to hear, because that's my main concern. I love destruction; it's fantastic, but there are other games in the past, certain maps that I can think back to in FPS games that I enjoy that end up being, unfortunately, a little bit worse after the destruction. So the fact that you're already thinking about, if we destroy this, what will happen? That's a really good step to be on, because it means you're already thinking about what will players actually enjoy this. That's what I'm trying to get at.
They end up looking like that screenshot at the beginning of just a flat plane between the two bases with no
Yeah,
cover.
with the flag. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what happens. So yeah, good. Yeah, good that they're thinking about it.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much on that. That's so cool to hear, and I'm excited to blow up that warehouse with a couple guided missiles. Well,
Spoilers.
I just saw Reaper2380 say in chat, listen to the players. So I know where we're going next. We're going to community driven involvement and how you all listen to the community. This is something we've already seen over the course of Alpha Test and Steam Next Fest, where you guys are constantly listening to the community and trying to hear from them on what they want, what their needs are, and things like that. So talk to me about this concept of how important the community is to you, and specifically like how people can give their opinions to you all.
So we are extremely grateful for all the players' feedback and suggestions. So our goal is to work together with the community over the long-term development of the Delta Force, and which means quickly identify and addressing the issues that matters to the players.
Yeah.
Many of our team members are now active on those popular social platforms like Reddit, Discord, and Twitter. For example, my ID on Twitter and Discord and Reddit is df/Percy. You can search it now. So we will do our best to respond your posts, whether the critiques, or memes, or rants on our plans to fix issues, and those thoughts we will value a lot on it. And after our work each day, besides playing a few matches ourselves, we will spend a lot of time on browsing those platforms, those social media, to see your feedback.
A lot of time. Actually, every time I come to the company at 8:30 a.m.
Yeah.
I normally spend 30 minutes to 1 hour on reading the comments and how people react to those videos and so on and so on.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time out. Yeah.
That's really interesting. I think it's great to hear you guys. You want to make sure it's nice and open. So it's almost like you're going to have a conversation with the community, listening to their feedback. And I saw a lot of that on your socials already from the alpha tests and the Steam Next Fest that you guys have done. Answering questions here and there. Addressing certain concerns, letting people know that it's something that you're looking into, or you might want to make a change. that's really important for people who, there's lots of players these days that do want to interact on social media, and they obviously find friends to play with as well. So the fact you guys are going to be out there listening to feedback is really good to hear.
I appreciate this one a ton. I mean, the community, grassroots is where I come from. It's what I love about gaming, and the fact that you're listening to the community is really cool. I actually have a social graphic. I told everybody to follow you on all of the socials already. Let's go ahead and roll that social graphic really quick, because Father B in chat asked, how can we join? Any way to give feedback to the team? This is a great way. So we've listed several of our accounts here. The Delta Force _game, that's going to be your Twitter or X account that you can go follow. You can @ them. That QR code on the screen, you actually can scan that. You can join the official Discord with that QR code as well. Another great resource. There's a ton of folks in there, all like-minded, all loving Delta Force. You can ask a lot of questions in there. They do Q&As with the dev team constantly. A lot of cool stuff in that Discord. And then you heard us already on the Reddit. If you're on our Twitch stream, you can actually just scroll down on the About page of the stream, and you can scroll down. All of the links are already there for you as well. So a lot going on, a lot of social medias for you to follow and interact with. That's the best way to give feedback to the team. And then also interact with our Reddit. There's a lot going on there, and you already heard it from our game designers here today that they scroll that and take a look at that, and oftentimes we'll answer you. So make sure to follow all of those socials and get involved, especially that Discord. Big fan of the Discord. I'm in there myself. Maybe I'll see you in there. So really cool stuff, and I'm glad community is at the forefront of Delta Force's mind. And speaking of community as well, I want to go ahead. We're not there yet. We have one more massive topic we have to get to that I've seen a lot of people asking questions about. So not yet, folks, but we've got a giveaway right around the corner I'm about to tell you about, and we're going to get into the Q&A section of this broadcast in not too long. So be preparing your questions. If you have some good questions, I'll take a look at those in the chat here in a little bit, and maybe take a couple of those and ask the team your question, okay? So begin thinking about your questions. It's not time yet, because the one you're probably going to ask first, it's time to talk about AI and bots in the game. This is a massive topic. I don't know what you can share with us on this one, but this is probably the most requested topic out there, and I would love to hear what the team is thinking about with AI and bots going into the open beta launch in, it looks like, I guess, a couple weeks at this point, less than a month.
So that's the big one.
Yeah.
From the launch of our PC open beta on December 5th, Warfare game modes will feature on only real players. There is no bots. Moreover, we will offer a dedicated PvE mode where you can only you and your scoremates are real players, and all the others are bots. So you can drive vehicles, and the vehicle cooldowns will be significantly reduced in this mode. So it's a perfect option to improve your skills.
Yeah, that's another mode, right?
Yeah, that's another mode.
Yeah,
that's the bot mode.
In the regular mode, there will be no bots.
No bots, only real players.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I am seeing Twitch chat right now, and everyone, we're not even a giveaway yet, and everybody's already spamming W. Everyone's so excited about this. So yeah, it looks like, so we're removing the bots from the Warfare mode, but then we're creating a brand new Warfare mode that is only AI. The only humans in the game would be your team, right? And I love this mode too, because like you mentioned, the vehicles, all those like respawn times on vehicles and stuff are greatly reduced, so you can kind of play around and get better. This is a perfect mode for me, okay? I get to get better at driving vehicles. I'm really excited about this. Westie, Stod, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I actually had 2 questions from my community, and the 2 most requested things were, are you going to remove the bots? And also, is there going to be a PvE only mode? So again, just going back to the fact that you are responding. I mean, I'm guessing it was also the most requested feature as well, because you just addressed them in an entire section. I would say that, this is definitely a good start of you listening to the community, because it is the #1 thing that I hear in every comment section is about the bots. And there you go. So, and you've covered both things of the, there is a lot of players who obviously aren't as confident in multiplayer, and they just want to play against bots, and they can do that. And if you just want to play against players, you can do that. So that's great.
Yeah, it's great news to hear. I like, again, I'll just echo what Stod said. A lot of people said to me when I was streaming the game during Next Fest and during the alpha, and they said, is there going to be a mode where I don't have to play against bots? And it's great to see that you guys have heard that feedback and made a great change. But also, you know, incorporating those people who maybe didn't share that opinion. They do want to play against bots. They want to have that, like, sandbox where they feel a bit more comfortable. Like Go said, maybe you want to try a new vehicle, you want to try a new weapon without the fear of, you know, some other player coming across you and ruining what you're doing. So the fact that you're giving them that space is fantastic, but also giving players the opportunity to just play against other players is fantastic. So yeah, hats off to you for that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very, very cool stuff. Folks, I told you we would get to it, all right? I'm a man of the people. We got to make sure all of our questions get answered. Speaking of those man of the people, here I am. I'm here for more giveaways, okay? Now, we're changing it up. Instead of W's in the chat, let's get some hearts in the chat, all right? Hearts in the chat for the team. We've got a brand new giveaway that is active now. It will be active for about 3 or so minutes. We're going to go through some questions and stuff. Drop some hearts in the chat. If you do it once, you're active and you're entered, by the way, okay? So you can keep putting them in there if you would like, but I think one time, couple times, and you'll be good to go. You're entered into this. You could win one of our Razer Black Widow V4 keyboards. And reminder, I'm going to tell you when to stop putting hearts in the chat, when to stop being an active chatter. You can continue talking after, but even still, we'll award our winners. We'll tell you who you are, and then you need to whisper the official account once we at you, okay? So keep an eye out for that. We'll tell you who wins, and then you need to whisper the official account for you to get your rewards. So make sure you do that if you are a winner. While we wait on that, it is time for some questions and answers. Now, we had a little bit in our Q&A section here, we had a little bit of some questions put out on Twitter and in the Discord in particular already that we're going to start with, and then we'll do some live chat questions in our Twitch chat. So let's start with our very first question of the day. This one is from Discord, I believe. Had a chance to kind of interact with some of our people in the Discord. First question is from Eshi in the Discord. Are there going to be more maps for Warfare and not only 2? Well, Eshi, I think I could answer that one for you, but Kai Percy, talk to me about maps again. Maybe people at home are tuning in a little bit late. We talked about maps at the beginning of this broadcast. What are the maps going to look like at open beta launch?
Yeah, there are more than 2. We will have 5 maps at launch and 2 more maps after 2 months.
2 months. 2
months after launch. Yeah.
And also, according to our update schedule, it will be at least 1 map per big update. Yeah. This big update is 3 months, right?
3 months.
3 months. 3 months big update. Yeah, per one map. Yeah.
Insane. So yeah, Westie Styles. That means we got, it's not just Cracked, Ascension, and our new Trenches map. It's 5 on launch, and then 2 after a couple months of the game being out, for a total of 7 very early in the cycle. That's obviously good news.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's just exactly what I wasn't expecting you to have 2 maps a lot, because obviously you were saying, oh, we got this 3 maps, 3-month cycle, only getting 1 new map every 3 months. I was like, oh, okay. But now the fact that you're kind of like doubling down on the launch, I think is very important. Because, again, that's when the most amount of people are playing it, and it just keeps people engaged. And then you know that there's going to be something else on the horizon in another 3 months after that, I assume. Or, yeah. So, yeah. I'm pretty happy
you guys are setting a great first impression. And, like, having that many maps available at launch, having 5 is going to be great, especially because 3 of those maps, you know, players won't have touched before. They've got no idea how to play those ones, so they'll have to learn those. And then, as you've said, you've committed to your first big update after launch, 2 more coming after that. That's a healthy map pool to go around in rotation.
And it's free to play. I mean, it's insane. It's crazy.
And it's free to play.
Yeah, great news for all the Variety fans out there. Now, folks, I'm seeing you in chat. I think some of you may be getting tired out because you're spamming so much, but I appreciate you anyway. We do have our 3 winners. They've already been selected, and they've been added by the official account. So this is my official announcement. You can stop spamming. We have 1 more giveaway down the line. We love your hearts. You can still put a couple, but let's stop spamming the hearts, because our 3 winners are Stellac14, XPKX, and EVG. You are our 3 winners. Congratulations. You're going to get a Razer keyboard if you whisper our official account. We'll have our official account. They've already added you in the chat. They're adding you a couple more times. make sure you DM them, whisper them on our Twitch chat so you can get your giveaway rewards. And big congratulations to you. And with that, let's move to our second question of the day. I believe this one also from Discord, if I remember correctly. Let's roll that question. This is from Mono in Discord. Is there going to be more map destruction? Wow, this is great. We get to recap the day today. Kai Percy, we already talked a little bit about this, but summarize in just a couple sentences map destruction updates again for those that maybe missed it.
Yeah, sure. So definitely we're gonna have more destructions objects for both existing maps. Yeah, so it's more like a update. Upgrade. Upgrade. And also for new maps. And other than that, we have fortification system so that the destructions will no longer just be broken and you can repair it. So you can reverting back, and after it's broken, you can repair it. You can always repair it. And also, we will bring more map scale destructions like these warehouse collapse in Cracked. And the next will be Ascension, but what
That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, right.
I love
basically, that's it. Yeah.
I love it. That was a great summary of what we talked about before. And if you want to hear more about that, you can always go back in our VOD. If you're over there on YouTube or on Twitch, you can definitely take a look at that later and go back to all the amazing topics we've talked about. Now, folks, we got a couple more questions already predetermined, but I am going to start opening up the Q&A in the chat. So before I move to this next question on screen, I want you to go ahead and start asking your questions in chat, and I'll take a look at some of those that we might be able to answer a little bit later. It can be stuff we've already talked about or different things that maybe we haven't talked about. I can't guarantee that they can answer it, but I'll take a look at some of those and see what we're thinking. Also, by the way, if you're asking about hazard operations or operations in general, the extraction game mode, don't worry. We've got another stream down the line where we get to talk a little bit more about that. So let's try to keep it somewhat around warfare. Now, our next question from Discord is Slavborn. Are there plans for more smaller scale game modes? This is an interesting one because we talked about Capture the Flag, but what about smaller scale game modes for warfare?
So we mentioned it. We mentioned them at the beginning of the show.
Yep.
We have Bleeds and we have Siege. Those are smaller, like shorter,
Small layout.
and fierce combat in those modes. So it's a smaller map and it's like 24. 24.
For Bleeds,
for Bleeds, yeah.
24 versus 24, 48.
Yeah, and in Siege is 32 versus 32, but it's more like infantry base,
Yes.
close CQB combat.
Yeah, close combat.
Yeah, close combat maps, and most they will fit into several maps, like free maps in.
I think most of the maps.
Most of the maps they have Bleeds,
Bleeds.
and some of them we have Siege.
Yeah,
and we will
right.
update more on later version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to summarize, on the launch day, we will have Bleeds and Siege.
Yeah.
These two game modes are basically small layouts on the map. And also we're going to have Capture the Flags after 2 months after this launch. But other than that, there will be rooms to discussion, but yeah, it's a things later on. Yeah.
We have enough.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's a great summary. And I think, some of the big game battles are obviously incredibly massive and massive combat. But some of the 24 versus 24 game modes and maps specifically designed for that, obviously Westie still has some cool, value out here for some more variety in your warfare experience.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Infantry modes are always like I prefer infantry only modes because sometimes vehicles can get a little bit in the way of just like general FPS gameplay sometimes. But the fact that you're able to just go, right, I want to avoid vehicles today, I'm just going to play infantry versus infantry, that's ideal for me, as you know. So yeah, great.
Yeah, and I think you can add to that again. If you want to play a slightly different version, but you want to keep playing the same game, you want to keep putting your time into Delphos. Maybe you've got guns, you want to rank up, you want to work towards a new goal. You could go into a different game mode that suits you a little bit better before you go into the larger scale game mode. So yeah, having that choice is just great for players.
I love it. Yeah, totally agree. Well, let's keep moving through our questions here. This one is again, we had to put this a little tongue in cheek. This is from Rubens on Twitter or X. What is the plan for bots, and can we have no bots in the game? Essentially, is what he said. Because everybody was asking it. So, Kai Percy, we've already talked about this, but maybe a quick summary, really quick for anybody that's maybe just now tuning in, trying to win a giveaway or something. Plan for bots. We've talked about it a little bit. The answer to this one is kind of yes and no, right? Because the bots aren't fully removed. There's something separate for them.
Yeah, so we will remove all bots from the regular warfare mode, and we have a specific PvP mode for those who
PvE.
want PvE mode for those who want to practice vehicle and gunplays, and yeah, there will be all bots in there, and you and your squad mate can play inside it, and there will be no bots in regular mode.
Only real players in regular modes.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Wow,
Beautiful.
people do really care about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there are tons of people that will still keep asking you questions on it, and we get to point them towards this broadcast as well. So to say, go back and watch that. They answered all your questions. I think we're going to post a tweet later with that same piece, so everybody knows what's happening. Well, we've got one more predetermined question, and then folks in chat, I'm seeing your questions. I'm liking a lot of these. Keep asking them. If you've got some questions, we'll pull a couple of these before we end the show today. Our final question here is back. It's from our Discord again. I'm not going to try to pronounce this name. I'll say Royd is the name. Will you allow us to switch accessories and weapons during a match rather than in lobby? We talked a little bit about that with vehicles, but what about weapons?
So for this question, from our understanding, there will be two stages for this in-game weapon changing. Yeah, let's call it in-game weapon modify. Yeah. So the first stage, which you can do it right now during the lunch, you can change your weapon that you already unlocked and modified outside the game. Outside the game. Yeah. So if you, for example, you can modify three loadouts for one weapon. Yeah. And if you click save, and during the battle, you can switch those weapons when you are redeploying, right?
Like presets, you mean? So you have like three presets of one weapon, all different with different setups. Is that right?
I think you have 5.
Yeah,
five.
Probably 5.
Okay.
Probably five presets. Yeah, for each weapon. Yeah. So that's the first stage, and the second stage will be you can totally freely modify your weapon while you are during the battle, like a real time, and then switch your accessories. So that will be the second stage, but it will be later on.
A bit in the future.
Not recently. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I love that breakdown, and excited to hear and see more about what the upcoming changes will be. I think a lot of people are asking about that one as well. So cool to be able to answer that. Now it's time to move into our live Q&A, folks. We're only going to take a couple of these because we are running out of time. But the good news, after we're done with our Q&A here, you can always go to socials and ask the team more questions on all the major socials, Discord, etc. So a couple more questions here, and then we have our final giveaway of the day as well with some IRL Mandel bricks. So the first question is here. This is from chat. This is from our Twitch chat. I'll read it out for you. This is from WindowsManTV_CZE. Will there be new rewards for reaching certain levels each season? What does the leveling rewards look like from your team? If you can answer that.
Wait, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, what do rewards, like in-game rewards, look like when you level up in-game?
So we have a system, what do you call it?
Rank? Is it rank? No, it's not rank. Sorry. It's like
Sort of a rank thing. We'll update the rewards in the rank system and offering new cosmetic
yeah.
items each season. So it's kind of a leveling up reward, right?
Yeah. How can I say those things? Sorry, I have this answer in Chinese, but I just lost the ability to translate them. Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
It's more like, yeah, you will have those credits, but mostly is, geez, I just don't know the name.
Well,
There will be rewards.
There will be rewards for sure. Yeah.
I was going to say, we can actually move to the second question, because the second question I think is pretty similar that we pulled from chat. And I think this one is really what people are thinking about. Let's go ahead and roll that second question from the Twitch chat. This is from Brent Anonymous, I think, something like that. This is asking about the battle pass. Is there a battle pass, individual skin packs? Like, how do cosmetics in general work in the game?
Both. We have battle pass. We have individual cosmetic items you can pack. Yeah, and
inside the battle pass, there will also be the
vehicle,
skin pack. And the vehicle skin pack.
The vehicle skin pack. You're right.
Yeah. So they're all there. Battle pass and individual version. And that's right.
And no pay to win.
I was literally just going to say, I know that you mentioned it very early on in the live stream, and so there may be people listening now who didn't hear that very first part. You spoke to how you were going to deal with items and cosmetics in the game, and you mentioned there no pay to win. So yeah, it's great to hear that you guys are doing your battle pass like cosmetic style. You know, you can make your guns and your vehicles and your operators look cool, but it doesn't affect the power, which is great.
Exactly. Yeah, it just looks fancy. Yeah. That's it.
All right. Well, I think we have time for 2 more questions. So get your final questions in the chat. The one we've picked here, this is an interesting one. This is from Verified. I'll just say Verified. This is from Verified here in Twitch, Twitch partner. Will there be a solo mode added as a permanent option where there's no teams, it's just solo? Is that something you all have considered?
In warfare mode?
Yeah, I think in warfare mode, I think they're maybe thinking about not having teammates and just playing solo.
Or free-for-all, maybe.
Yeah, or like a free-for-all mode. Is there anything like that planned in the future?
So everyone is like a single, no teammate. That's the idea?
Oh, that's interesting.
We never thought about that.
Yeah, we haven't thought about that before. I mean, the whole idea of warfare is that it's a war. It's a war between two separate forces. Yeah, it's 22 people per side, right?
Yeah.
So it's a huge team. So yeah, so if you go to this game mode by yourself without communication with your like teammates or squad mates, it's probably a little bit hard.
It's more like a PvE.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just we didn't really go into that before.
Yeah,
we might think about it later on.
Yeah, if people give enough feedback on Reddit that they want that, then maybe it'll be included in the future, right? Great. And also, I need to apologize to Red7. Yeah, Red7, I did name you as Verified Red7 because you're verified on Twitch. So I see you, okay? We see you in the chat. Okay, I think that's it for now. I know we've kind of run out of time. Got a couple more questions. If you have more questions, which I see that there are people in chat, reminder, you can definitely make sure that you go ask those questions on all major socials, folks. They're constantly responding to questions. They're constantly following all of the social channels to make sure they see you and hear you. I love seeing the community engagement, and I wish we had more time for questions, but guess what? We've got a lot more broadcasts down the line. The other question I will answer for you, I see a lot of you asking about extraction game mode, about operations. We're gonna have more streams down the line to talk about this. Today was all about warfare, and I think actually next week we're gonna have a chance to talk a little bit more about that. But before we go there, we've got to wrap a couple things up here because I see you all in chat asking about it. I really want to see the Mandelbrick IRL, says Reptex. Guess what? It's time for the final giveaway of the day. You're going to have 3 minutes. All you have to do is be active in chat. I think W's, hearts, or anything in between, or maybe just type in brick. That's also a great option.
Can I type brick in the Twitch chat?
Yeah,
I'm going to do it now.
I'm doing it.
Gentlemen, get involved. Get involved.
Brick.
It's fully randomized. There's no bias at all. Everybody that's watching on all of our different streams, make sure you pop over to the Twitch
what if
channel.
Westie wins?
If I win, love to see
it's
it.
rigged. It's rigged. No, if I win, I'll give my brick to someone else.
Okay, yeah, you can give it away to your community. 3 bricks going to go to the community. We're going to pull those winners in 3 minutes. While we wait on those winners, I want to bring it back to the team here. First and foremost, I just got to say thank you to all 4 of you for joining us today. This has been an incredible event. Let's start with you, Kai, Percy. Any final words for the stream here? Anything else you want to say to the community?
Yeah, well, I got one thing to say. So I remind the word decorations. Yeah. So from the players, sort of like a ranking system, you will get decorations. Yeah.
Decorations.
That's the word.
Right.
I want to say.
Nice.
That's the last word.
Decoration. Yeah, decoration.
That's the last thing you want to say.
That's the
Oh,
final
also,
words.
yeah, I
The
mean,
final word.
yeah, thanks to the communities and by the way, I have another question. What's W stands for? Why people are typing W?
It's like win.
Win.
Yeah.
Win.
Means win.
It's like a win. Oh, win. Oh, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, like
winning.
when you all talked about the AI and the bots, everybody was putting W, meaning like that's a big win for us. You know, that's huge. That's a good thing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting.
We could learn something from
Yeah,
it, right?
we really do. Learn stuff. Yeah.
But yeah,
Appreciate it, guys.
yeah,
Love you. Yeah.
I love it. Percy, anything from you? Anything to close out the broadcast?
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting show, and we learn a lot from you guys too.
We do.
Yeah, we offer so many thoughts, and we have so many discussions. It's very, very interesting. And I just want to say thank you all, and we will bring a better version of the whole Delta Force warfare mode and for you guys. Thank you.
Try our best.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you both. And Westie, Stod, I want to go to you. Maybe Stod, let's start with you. Any final words here for the broadcast before you say anything? I did get word though from the team behind the screen. Shout out to Delta Force. They hear you of you wanting to win, and instead of making you have a chance to win, they're actually going to send you both a IRL Mandelbrick that you can give away to your communities if you would like.
Well,
or keep it. I'm not in charge. You can keep it. I don't know how it all works. They're going to DM you and make sure that you have an opportunity
awesome.
to get one of those.
Thank you.
That way, the community here on Twitch can get 3 total, and then you guys can get 1 each. So we'll give away 5.
Sweet.
Oh, wait, no, he said 5 each for you guys. So
I could build a house with that many bricks.
you can keep 1 and then give away 4. There you go. That's incredible.
That'd be amazing.
But anyway,
All right.
Stod, any final words for the broadcast so we can send you out?
I just think it's really great that they're already taking accountability for the things that they've announced. You know what I mean? An update every 3 months, guaranteed content. They're listening to the community. I think it's exactly what people have been, in this current market where they're just kind of like given no absolutes. The fact that they've already responded to the community feedback, and they've already got dedicated like patches coming up, and you already know exactly what we're getting. So yeah, huge W, huge W.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
we get to learn.
I'm gonna type a W here.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Westie, final words from you, my friend. Anything you want to share?
I'm just super impressed with the info we've got today from Kai and Percy, and thank you for having me on as well. It's been great to be a part of it. I'm actually surprised by a lot of the announcements today, like the things that caught me by surprise with that, that big yearly pillar update, you guys committing to 2 warfare maps in your first big update after the launching with 5 maps as well. Those are announcements that I didn't really expect today. And for you guys, again, you come out, you've been super honest. You've been listening about feedback from the community, and it's great to see you guys building towards that launch. And we're not far away. What is it, like maybe 2-3 weeks, and we'll be able to give it a go.
Heck yeah.
I love it. Well, all 4 of you, thanks again for joining us. I'll send you out so you can go enjoy the rest of your day. Kai, personally, I think it's quite late over there, so get some sleep, and really appreciate all 4 of you. Thank you.
Cheers for your time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thank you guys.
Cheers,
Really
team.
See ya.
All right, chat, it's going to be just me and you now, which means I've got a chance to tell you who the 3 winners are. We've got Baltodermo, Hero's Journey _YT, and then Agent _SC. You can stop the spam, stop the brick in chat, because we have our 3 winners. Make sure you can see our Delta Force Game official account just added you in the chat. Make sure you whisper that account in order to receive your IRL mantle bricks. You can stop the spam, folks, and very well done. If you're a winner, congratulations. If you're not, guess what? Job's not done. We're just getting started with our official open beta launch streams leading up to the launch. We've got several more down the line, and we've got another event next week with Pestily talking about operations, folks. This is a big win. Really excited. I saw a lot of you asking about operations. We had a chance to talk a lot more about that with the team behind the scenes and with Pestily joining us as well. So stay tuned for that next week. And folks, I've got a couple quick reminders before I send you out. Again, one more time, socials all day. Go get involved on Delta Force socials. This is such a unique opportunity with the way Delta Force is interacting with our community to go follow them on all major social medias. Go get involved on the Reddit to ask questions. The team's going to survey those, answer your questions, and make sure they stay in tune with the community so you can have the best play as possible. And then final reminder about the actual day of the game release. Open beta launches December 5th, folks. This is the big one. This is it. This is the game launch, open beta. Strap in. It is December 5th this year. In less than a month, we're going to have the game in our hands and have a chance to play a lot more Delta Force. Again, that's at GMT 0 at midnight, which is actually December 4th, 7 p.m. Eastern time if you're over here in the US, okay? So big updates there. Really excited about Delta Force. But folks, that's all we have for us here on this show. We've got another show next week. You're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for tuning in. We couldn't do it without you, the viewer, and tune in next week for more about operations with Delta Force.